Hey everybody, it's Ryan. Let's take a look at the chorus for Billie Jean. It looks like this. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just the girl who claims that I am the one. But the kid is not my son. She says I am the one. But the kid is not my son. A lot of great benefits to this. We are looking at working on our funk guitar playing. We're also going to learn a really cool jazz chord that can replace your B minor bar chord. And we are going to work on playing this bass line while singing the chorus over it. So let's dive right into it. To start with the way that this song is played in the chorus, you don't have to play this bass line. It is in there, but you can use the F sharp minor chords that you learned in the pre-chorus and just strum them. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just the girl who, you can use those chords and that's totally fine. You don't have to play this bass line, but again, with the bass line, you can do it either all downstrokes, which I prefer, or you can do alternate picking, which is just every downbeat gets a downstroke, every offbeat gets an upstroke. So that's how you play the bass line. Let's take a look at this new B minor chord. So this is a B minor 7, and this is an amazing chord that I use all the time when I discovered it because I don't like playing my B minor. Like if I can play this instead, it's gonna work out great. So first finger is gonna be on the 2nd fret of the A string. You're gonna be kind of on the tip, kind of on the pad, so that way the D string rings open. Then you're gonna be on the tip of your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. Then you're gonna be on kind of the pad on your ring finger, so that way you can mute the high E string. That ring finger's on the 3rd fret of the B string. And you're nudging your first finger a little bit, so that way you can touch this low E string like that. So let's just do this chord one string at a time like this. Okay, now take your hand off, rest for just a little bit. And now let's put it back on. First finger, 2nd fret on the A, middle finger, 2nd fret on the G, and ring finger, 3rd fret on the B. And let's do the muting. Here we go. Now, I think the hardest part of this chord is definitely the muting, but also keeping the D string open. So if your D string is not ringing out, that's okay, to be honest, because you still have the D note on the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. It's just a less sonorous B minor 7 chord. And the only note that we don't have in this chord is the 5th, which from like a jazz perspective is like one of the least important notes to have because it's not a color tone, as they would say. But that's all that theory mumbo jumbo stuff that I really love. So my ring finger is muting the high E string, and my first finger is also like not barring, but it is touching that high E string as well. So that's really the new chord that we're learning. Now let's take this chord and let's work on the funk guitar stuff. So to do it, it looks like this. And you can see that even though in the tabs there's all these X's here, that D string was still ringing open, and that's because I wasn't doing as great of a job of muting all the strings. But the idea is that once it gets to that B minor part, there's like this really funky guitar that's in there, and so you're kind of replicating that by doing this. So it starts off with a down strum, and then you lift up, and then you lift your fingers off, still touching the string slightly, then you go down, and then you go up. So this will work really well if you are using your fingers to strum or if you're pretending to hold a pick. If you're gonna try to do thumb, it'll kind of sound like that. And so I just prefer the sound of this. My middle finger or my other fingers do the downs, and then my thumb does the up. And that's a really great way of strumming. And my wrist is helping as well. My arm's very loosey-goosey. I call this strum the gallop because it sounds like a horse. Like you're galloping. But anyway, so let's just practice the strum pattern, and let's keep our fingers in this position. But again, we're not fretting. We're just lightly touching the strings to mute. So maybe like that. Just go ahead and join me. And now what we're going to do is on every downbeat, we're going to push down with our left hand fingers, or I should say your fretting fingers. So that way you can get the string to ring out. Then you're going to lift up and then do the 16th notes there. So now we're going to do this. Try this with me. And again, if that D string doesn't ring open, that's okay. When you're not doing funk guitar stuff, this is a really great B minor chord to substitute when you're in the key of A or you're in the key of D. And in the key of G. So that's that. Now the other tough part is transitioning from this riff to the B minor 7. So I play it like this. Like that. So that's something that I think would just be best to go over in the practice video. But once you get to here, it just takes the switch, just like when you were doing your chord changes. Switching from playing a riff to playing chords is something that just takes practice as we go slower and then we work our way up. But one thing that you can do is you can do this. And you can do some kind of funk pattern like that where you kind of can cut off the ending of the riff a little bit early and just do some dead strings, and then that will give you some time to set up for the B minor chord as well. I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do that. That's a choice that that you can make for yourself, or you can try to just play the riff and then hop into the B minor 7, whichever works best for you. So anyway, this is the tutorial for the chorus of Billie Jean. See you all in the practice video.